Go ahead and sit down. We'll start in a seat. Let's take a moment to arrive in your seat, arrive in your breath, connect to your practice, to your purpose for coming to yoga. Do a round of Bastrika breathing to warm up the solar plexus area. Short in and out breaths so they're equal. And you can do it through through the nose. It's like a sniffing dog. I don't know if you can hear it on the Zoom, but you can imagine your dog doing that. But and then we'll do a breath retention. So let's do 2 rounds, and we'll do a 1 breath retention after each. If the breath retention hold is, if it doesn't feel like, if you need to release your breath before I do, that's fine, or if you need to do a shorter set, that's fine. Listen to your body. And we really just want to get the lungs warmed up and get the energy going especially in the low abdomen, to heat us up in this way. So may all beings everywhere receive the benefit of our practice. May everyone be at peace, nourished, and connected to the truth of who they are. So Bastrika, take a breath to prepare. Fill your lungs all the way, empty your lungs all the way. Good. And then breathe in about 2/3 of the lungs to prepare. And begin. Good. And now take the breath in, fill your lungs all the way and hold. Apply the locks. You can close your nostrils, holding with the fingers, and concentrate at the 6th chakra. Release the bandhas. Just let the breath come out. We'll do 1 more like that. Sit up nice, tall. Prepare. And begin. You can release Vastrika and take a big full lung breath in, hold at the top. Release and just let the breath come out really easily, calmly. And just notice, take a moment to sit still and observe the effect of the pranayama. Okay, and then if the eyes are closed, you could open your eyes and you can stay in your seat. I'm gonna switch to a cross-legged position. Because I like that better for my hips. We're gonna side bend. So just lift your left arm up and lean to the right as much as you can with the left sitting bone still on the floor. And just get that nice stretch all over the left side. You can then drop the head a little bit to the right. Maybe notice when you look up or look down or tilt your chin just slightly. Just let the neck open. Let your left hip stay down. Reach through the left fingertips. And keep the chest upright, not folded down at all. We'll just hold for another breath. And then you can come up to the center and switch. Lean the right arm, lift the right arm up, lean over to the left and go. I like to go kind of slow to find the depth where I can hang out for a little bit. Then notice the gaze or the tilt of the head a little up, a little down. Might affect the neck. Let the head release to the left. I'm gonna let the sunbeam again. I guess that's but hopefully you can see if you need to see. And then you can change and come up. Okay, and then we'll come forward into a tabletop. And just let the hands press into the ground, fingers spread wide. Do a couple of cat-cow movements, moving the spine forward and back. Good. And continue to notice your spine, how it's moving in this morning at the beginning of a practice. Just go into the spine and come to a neutral position. And then take your toes to tuck, and we're going to go into a downward facing dog. Lift the hips up. And we'll notice that the arms are really powerful. The fingers are grabbing the floor, like the knuckles a little bit. Keep the knees bent or straight, but let the almost like you could bounce a little bit, like nothing is stuck. Everything fluid, moving energy through the arms, the legs. You can even do some movement with your legs if you want. I like to just go still in the legs and then just let the breath or the energy kind of move up and down. And feel free to take some movement. We're gonna hold just for another about 3 breaths in a downward dog. Then you can walk your feet to your hands and stay forward. Drop the head, bend the knees. Roll ragdoll in the spine if you want to roll or rock side to side at all. Or forward, back through the feet. And then just slowly round your body up to standing. And when you come up to the top, you can circle the shoulders a couple of times. Good, and then we'll do, let's do half moon. Arms up overhead sideways, palms together. We're gonna do a half moon, then we're gonna do a flow, then we're gonna do another half moon thing, okay? So just to give you an idea, reach up and bend to the right, go slow, push your hips to the left. You already did one, side bend, kneeling down or sitting down. So here's another side bend of the spine, but go till you feel a stretch all over now, from your toes to your fingers, the whole left side of the body.
As you bend the spine to the right, pull the abdomen in. Lean a little bit your upper body back. Breathing calm and subtle, keep the palms flat. Change, slowly come back up. Find center. Squeeze the hips a little forward, roll a little bit the weight into the heels, stretch up the arms even more and try to touch the ceiling in the center. And then bend to the left. And push your hips to the right. And notice the whole right side stretch. It's not always, it's not always easeful. It's sometimes intense, or you can feel a lot of sensations along the side body, and that's okay. As long as your breath is calm and you're stabilizing enough. So use the legs, muscles, like really solid. Okay, I don't know what just happened to my screen, but I lost view. Strange. Okay, you guys are still there. Keep going. Sorry, my thing just went totally dark. All right, keep bending now. You're back. Okay. And then come back up and stop in the middle. That was wild. Okay, so you can relax your head back for your first half moon back bend. Just go slow. When you take your head back, move it a little bit if you like. Give yourself a little more space for the front of your throat. But keep lifting up your arms, like really try to touch the ceiling and squeeze your legs firm together. And then start to take your arms back, point to where you're looking, lift your chest up. Take your arms back, point to where you're looking, lift your chest up, squeeze your legs even more. And you can go back into your low back as well. So the whole spine backward bends. Keep squeezing the legs, lift your chest, let the front of your body stretch as you reach back. Point your fingers back, straighten your arms, go back. And change. Come up, lift up, come forward. And with a flat spine for hands to feet pose. Release your head, take your hands behind. And grab for your heels, slip your fingertips under the heels. Make sure your body is, your upper body is pressing to your legs. There's no gaps. Drop your head. And you can try to straighten your knees with your body against the legs. Roll the weight a little forward into the toes. Get a good stretch in the entire backs of the legs. And then lengthen the spine a little bit more. Drop your head down. Relax the back of the neck. Pull on the heels. As you're pulling on the heels, you're also keeping the heels down, so there creates an effect of a stretch in the back side. Okay, you can change, come up all the way. And lower the arms down by your sides and just take a breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Okay, top of the mat. We'll do a sun salutation. Inhale, reach your arms up, go back. We're going to do kind of a variation. Keep going back. And then come up and come forward. Okay, and then from here, let's step the right foot back and lower the right knee down and come into a lunge. You can take the hands up overhead and go into another reaching back. Bring the hands down, step back to plank, and lower knees, chest, chin to the floor. Let your chest press into the ground. Hold this for a moment. See how flat you can get your throat down as well. Okay, and then you can untuck your toes if they're tucked. Send the chest forward to a lower tall cobra. Squeeze the legs, point your toes back. Shoulders are down and back. You have more space in the chest. Okay, and then you can come back to a downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward, left knee down, and reach up.
Go back as much as you like.
And change, bring your hands down to the, and step forward again to the top. Release your head. Forward fold. And inhale, come back up, hands to center, reach up. Backward bend, head back, arms back. Keep opening up the front side. And then change, come up, arms down by your sides. And just take a breath. We'll do that again. Arms up overhead, reach up, go back. Lean back, squeeze your legs. Come up and exhale, fold forward. Step your left foot back. Low lunge, you can put the knee down and then lift. Go back. Or you can think more, just go up, the chest, the heart, even like lifting the belly. And then come down the hands, step back to plank. Lower knees, chest, chin. We press the center of the chest and the throat down. Come forward, higher, low cobra. Shoulders down. Squeeze the big toes back. Good, this time go to a child's pose. Just before you come to down dog. And just see how long you can get your tail towards your heels and put the forehead down. And take a breath and relax your arms. Big, full, long breath in, slow, deep breath out. Okay, and then tuck your toes and come to downward facing dog. And step your left foot forward, right knee down, reach. Up. And go back. And then change, hands down, right foot steps forward. Drop your head. Inhale, come back up. We'll conclude this salutation with another half moon back bend. Squeeze your legs, go back. And then come up. And relax your arms down by your sides. Take a breath. Just observe, notice yourself, breathing in, breathing out. We're going to do the half moon salute. Salute to the moon from the 84. Starts with half moon, arms forward, sideways, palms together. You can do interlocked finger grip, cross the thumbs, index fingers reach up, or you could do flat palms and just cross your thumbs. Do the one that gives you the most value for now. Stretch up, reach up, pull the abdomen in, bend to the right, push your hips to the left. It's not going to be a long hold, so go where you left off before. And get the good depth so you feel the stretch all over the left side, and then just stay and breathe there for a moment. And change, keep your legs solid, come back up, stop in the middle, lift up, and bend to the left. This time, push your hips to the right. Sita is making a lot of, she's gonna be on the video a lot this one. Making yourself present. Push your hips to the right, bend your body down. Open up the chest, find the depth, right? Your deepest one, you can stay breathing, and then stay for another moment. And change, come up, stop in the middle, lift up, reach up, head back, eyes back, arms up, chest up, arms back. Keep looking back, just watch the wall behind you, and try to take your eyes further down the wall, and lift your chest up. Like it's gonna touch the ceiling. Point your index fingers, your straight arms back to where you're looking. Squeeze your legs together. Keep them locked. And then go back. Way back. More back. Change. Slowly come up. Fold over your legs. Bend your knees.
If you need to put glue your body to your legs, grab your heels and pull your body down. Roll the weight into the toes, pull up on your heels. Tailbone lifting, crown of the head dropping. Pull and try to straighten your legs and lock your knees. And change. Come up all the way. You step out to the right. The big step for triangle, arms down. Rotate the right foot out. Bend your right knee and move your arms at the same time. Reach up, look up. Push the left foot heel down. Pull your abdomen in, chin to left shoulder, push your right knee back. And you can change, come up, straighten the right, and do your other side. Not a long hold. Bending the knee and moving the arms at the same time. You don't have to rush, so you get really good in the form and then you stay. Take a couple moments, feel the strength in the abdomen. Lift of the right chest, arm. Try to bring chin exactly to right shoulder. Push your right heel down. Pull the abdomen in, push your left knee back. Feel the opening in the left hip. Change. Come up, arms overhead for head to knee. Go ahead and pivot your toes to the right. Stretch up. Chin in and around. Take your forehead to your right knee. Touch the knee with the forehead and keep your hips in one line. Keep the chin in your throat. Change, come up. All the way and get some length at the top. And do the turn, 180 degrees. Stretch up, bring your chin in around, suck your stomach in. Full spine rounding. From the coccyx all the way to the head touching your knee. You can bend your knee. Pull the abdomen in more. And come up. All the way. And turn face the side. Step feet together. Arms down. Take a breath. Shoulders relax. Chest up. Okay, let's do one mini salute to the gods and the goddesses, like half version. I'm going to add in a little bit of shoulder movement. Just follow along, I think you'll enjoy. All right, arms up overhead, palms together. Step your right foot forward, big step. Lift your left heel and come into a crescent lunge. Straighten the back leg, squeeze it, the glute, the quad. Okay, we'll just do it like this, interlock the 10 fingers, head back, reach up, arms back. Change, come up, turn and pivot, face the left leg. Bend your left knee. Squeeze your right glute, push your right heel forward. So it's on top of the ball of the foot. And your lunge, squeeze the abdomen and lift your arms up, head back, and then go back. Keep your arms reaching. Change, come up. Okay, and then take your, take your right knee down. You said we're doing the half version. Stretch up, bring your left heel in. Okay, and you're gonna round your spine. Pull your abdomen in, do a kneeling head to knee. Keep the head in, the chin in, and then circle the arms behind you to your low back so you can interlace the fingers. And then take the arms up. Notice the stretch in the shoulders. Keep the chin in. Good, release the arms down. Bring them, unwind your spine as you come back up. You're gonna bring your left elbow under the right for like eagle arms. cross twist. Pull the elbows down at first, okay? And then you're gonna lift the head up and back, and then lift your elbows up and tilt your fingers back. You're an eagle back bend. Keep the hips even. Pull back. And change. Unwind your arms, lift them up. Press off the top of the right foot. Pivot face the right. Lower your left knee down. 3 to 6 inches from the right heel. So it's not a lot of space. Okay, and then we'll go rounding. Suck your stomach in, tuck, dive, forehead to the knee. Keep the arms behind. Squeeze the palms together. Interlace the fingers. Keep the forehead on the knee and just see if you can lift your arms. The shoulders might have another idea. Like just go to where you feel something and then breathe into it. Relax your jaw. Release the hands, undo the grip. Bring them back up, overhead. And this time you'll take the right arm under, cross the elbows, stay in the kneeling, and do the back bend. Lift your chest, head back, reach your arms up, tilt the fingertips back. So you're still pointing with your fingers in your back bend. Squeeze the right hip in, squeeze the left buttocks. Change. You can come up, unwind your arms. Press off the, tuck the left toes, and let's step back. Feet together, arms down. And we're done with, let's be done with gods and goddesses for today. Release for now. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is, let's do a plank pose, and we're gonna hold it. I don't have a timer, that's okay. I'm gonna estimate about a minute hold in plank. And in this plank, if you wanna do some hip stuff, you can do the standard plank, right? Or you can take a couple of knee to the shoulder, or cross, knee to opposite elbow, okay? But let's start officially setting up a really strong plank. Spread your fingers, pull your abdomen in, tuck the toes back, and now we'll really start. I like to start with my legs squeezing in together, just like as if I was doing a handstand. Push the floor away. Protract your shoulders so that there's a little round in the upper back. You're pushing the shoulders into the hands into the ground, and then grab the ground. Concentrate on the abdomen pulling up, away from gravity. Send your chest a little more forward, squeeze your legs. Okay, now if you want to add in right knee to right elbow, circle it out, bring it back. Left knee to left elbow, circle it out, bring it back. And you can do a couple cross, right knee to left elbow, bring it back. And it doesn't matter how fast or slow you go, if you want to continue doing those in any order, or you can just hold the plank. So we're about halfway done, more than halfway. So whether you're moving or holding steadily, press the floor with your fingers. And you have just 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower. The knees to the ground. You can roll out your shoulders a little bit, or your wrists. Okay? Then you're gonna go to a downward facing dog. We're gonna go into awkward pose from the Bikram class. So bend your knees, sit your hips down. Okay, get your hips as low as your knees and then lift your chest up. First part of awkward, find your backward bend, hips back, weight in the heels, chest up, arms parallel, and change. Second part, stand up high on your tippy toes. Bend your knees, sit into a chair without leaning forward. Right, so you keep the chest up, spine straight, heels up, knees up. Sit in the chair and change. Come up. Third part, knees together, shoulders down. Squeeze your knees even more and lower down slow. With the spine straight, chest up, hover over the heels, pull the belly in and come back up. Nice and slow. Squeeze your knees, squeeze your knees, squeeze your knees. And then lower your heels and bring your feet together. Stand still, breathe in, breathe out. Going into, let's do an eagle, arms up overhead, sideways, palms together. Bring your right arm under, cross at the elbows. Pull the elbows down, sit your hips back and down. Lift your chest up, arch your upper body. Lift your right leg over the left. Cross, wrap, twist, hook your toes, sit your hips back down. Put more weight back into your standing leg heel. And then arch your upper body back. Stay low. Pull the fingers down, pull the elbows down, bend your elbows into your chest. Arch your chest. Change. Right foot down, arms up. Left arm under. Elbows down, fingers down, sit down. Lift your chest. Left leg on top. Squeeze the legs, sit down. Pull the abdomen in, arch back. Go back. Go back, your chest. Line everything up in the middle. And change. Release, arms up. And let the arms come down. Okay, and take a breath here. Bring your right knee up into your chest. So you can just take the hands and grab the shin. And go to your, get your standing leg solid. I'm gonna try to get a stretch in the right hip. Okay, and then we'll just take the hip out, the knee out to the right. So you can hold it with your right hand. And just do that, we're just kind of warming up the hip a little bit. And then bring the knee back to the center. Okay, keep the right knee in the air. And just let the knee come down in line with the right hip. You have to let go of it. And then take your left hand outside of the knee. Twist to the right. Keep your standing leg locked. And try to just turn your spine. I have my right hand on my hip. And then I'm going to reach my right hand behind, but my wall's there, so I get to cheat. Okay. And then come back to the center. And lower down the right leg. Try not to cheat. Okay, then let's do that on the other side. So we'll do this warm up and then we'll do it with, we'll try it with a straight leg. But for now, just the bent knee. And then you can just concentrate, when you pull your left knee up, you can get a good stretch in the left hip. And practice stabilizing the right leg. The lock knee position with the glutes, powerful muscle, the quad, lifting the kneecap, rolling the weight forward into the right toes. Okay, and then the knee comes out, so you get the stretch, the inner leg. And then the knee come in, and then take it in line with the hip. And just hold the outer knee or shin or thigh, and start to turn your spine to the left. Keep your right leg locked. And then if you want to take the arm back, and maybe look back. Keep squeezing your inner thighs together. And change, come back to the center and lower the left knee. Okay, next version, we'll take the left hand to the hip. And then you can repeat the knee grab or you can hold your right big toe. Tita Hasta. Okay, and we'll take the leg out to the right. Keep the standing leg, open the chest. You could take your left arm to the left. And then gaze to the left. So just opening up the right side, inner thigh, inner leg, inner hip. Bring the leg back to the center, hip, hand to hip. Left hand to outer right foot. Pull the abdomen in, turn your chest, turn your whole spine to the right. Keep your hips stable. Squeeze your outer hips in, squeeze your inner thighs. Reach your right arm back, maybe turn your head back, twist. And as you twist here, keep going into your standing leg, your foundation leg. And you can turn around it, a little spindle. Come back to the center. You can take a hold of the foot with both hands if you want to stretch the leg up before you set it back to the ground, and do your other side. Stand on the right leg. And pick up your left foot with your left first 2 fingers and thumb. And then kick the leg out, lift the chest. You do the bent knee version or the straight version. Lift the chest, go to your standing leg, open the left hip. Breathe. Take the leg to the center again so you can twist around it. Switch your hands, right hand to the outer left foot. Lift the abdomen in and up so your shoulders are still over your hips, but then you're going to turn your spine to the left. Hand to hip, or you can reach your arm behind you. Work on your standing leg. You got to keep it stable. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. Pulling it up through the abdomen. And if you're, if you want to challenge, you look back. And just keep the head also in the twist. Change. Come forward if you want to take a stretch of the left leg. You can grab it with both hands and lift it. And release the leg down. Okay. And now we'll do standing head to knee. Bend your right knee up. Go through the steps, round forward, pick up your right foot. You can work on whatever step that you want to stay in. If you're kicking, you can kick out. Standing leg has to stay locked. If you're bending the elbows, go ahead and bend them down. And if you're taking your head to your knee, go ahead and do that. And then hold to the part of the posture that you're working on. And keep your standing leg solid for just another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head up, arm straight, bend your knee, set the foot down. Do your other side. Lock your right leg, bend your left knee up. Squeeze your right glute. Round forward, lift your right quadricep. Pull your abdomen in, get your foot. If you're kicking out, go ahead through the steps of standing head to knee, elbows down. Eventually below the calf muscle. Head to knee if you're doing that. And then hold. It's just another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then reverse. Head up, arms straight, bend your knee, set your foot down. Just be still. You can acknowledge the information that you gathered from that posture. And take it into next posture. We'll do standing bow. Just one. Lift your left arm up and bend your right elbow out. Grab your right foot from the inside. Set up your standing bow. Knees together. Stretch up, kick back, charge forward. Bring your body down. Kicking and reaching are equal. If you're standing leg solid, right shoulder back, left shoulder forward, kick and reach, kick and reach. Body down, shoulder forward. Kick up, kick up, kick up, kick. And you can take your time. Come out. Not a long hold. So get in to your depth right at the beginning. Go ahead and grab your left foot, right arm up. Hold from the inside, ankle, knees together. Steady reach. Standing leg locked, kick back, reach forward. Take about, the first 10 seconds to find your depth, your stability. Let the left chest open back, right chest come forward through the fingertips. Then you have another 10 seconds. Just hold and breathe, keep kicking up. Body down. Hold and breathe, kick up. Turn on the kick now. Last 5. Kick. Kick. Change. Come out. Left foot down, right arm down. Be still. Take a breath. Let's finish the balancing series from the 26 and 2 class. So feet together at the back, arms up overhead for balancing stick, and lock your 10 fingers across your thumbs. Pull the abdomen in, low ribs in. Right foot steps forward. Point your left toes in the air. Body down, leg up, make a capital letter T. Keep holding everything into the center. Keep your arms with your head. 2 hips in one line. Squeeze the leg in the air. Keep your standing leg locked. Change. Feet back together. Arms stay with the head. Do it again. Left foot forward this time. Right toes in the air. Stretch your index fingers away from right toes, pointing back. Hinge forward on top of your left hip. Come down. When you come down, find the chest parallel to the ground, right leg parallel to the ground. Keep breathing, stretch. Squeeze the abdomen in, change. And relax your arms down by your sides. Okay, we'll step out with the into a spread toe posture. Arms up overhead, sideways. Reach your right arm out, sorry, your right leg out, arms down, and come forward. Flat back, reach out, grab for your feet. Hold your heels if you can, get the fingers under the heels. Pull the chest forward. Flatten the back, straighten the legs, contract the thighs. Notice the stretch on the entire back side of the body, the legs, low back, middle back, upper back, shoulders off the ears. Use your grip a little more, bend your elbows back, pull. Roll into the toes, contract your thighs. And undo your grip, take your hands out in front of you. Okay, and we'll do a twist here. Keep your keep your left hand down and lift your right arm up. And at first the pelvis probably leaned more towards the right, hip is a little more higher. That's okay for now. So to let that happen. Okay, and then take your right hand around the back, behind your back, towards your left hip, and then push a little more down the left foot. Just see how you can even your hips out now and bring it more into a spine, twisting, not so much the hips twisting. You can play there for a moment. Okay, and then look down. You're going to take your left hand to your right foot. Okay, once it touches your right foot, so you have like your thumb back, pinky forward. Okay, then you're going to flip your palm face up. So now you have your thumb forward, pinky back, and then flip it one more time, thumb back, pinky forward, and you're going to grab the outer edge of your right foot. Okay, this is the grip, you're twisting in the shoulder. Okay, then from here, take your right arm, the one behind your back, and just bring it over your head forward onto the floor. You can stay there or start to walk your fingers, your right hand fingers, towards your left foot. And you'll catch your left foot, and you're in a twist. It is very deep shoulder work, so go slow. Make sure your right arm went over your head. And once you have the grip, you can twist and relax the head down, but you're probably looking to the right. Okay, and then you can unwind, come back to the middle. We're going to twist it to the other way. Okay, so right hand in front this time. Lift your left arm. Notice the pelvis shifted probably to the left. I like to exaggerate it, just like let it happen. Sometimes I just hold there for a while. And then bring the left arm behind and then see if you can sort of even out the hips, push your right heel a little more down or steer the right hip to the right a little more. So you've got more now to twist in the spine and less in the hips. Okay, you can stay in any part of this, the sort of progression of this deeper twist. If you want to do the bind on this side, take your right hand to your left foot. Thumb to the back, pinky to the front, palm down, and then flip the palm face up. And then flip the palm face down one more time. So you have pinky forward, thumb back, and you grab the outer edge of the foot. And it's just spiraling into the shoulder. You can stay here, or take your left arm overhead to the floor out in front of you. Then you kind of walk the fingers. See if there's another foot over there somewhere to grab. Sometimes it's too wide, I shorten my feet a little bit. And then the foot's there. Then once you have the grip, cool. And make a twist. And just breathe, notice, shift a little more weight forward into the toes. It's an amazing twist, right? Make sure that you have your left arm over your head. And then you can undo that one. Bring your hands out in front of you. And bring your hands out to the sides, like wings again. So you can come slowly all the way back up. Good, and then you're gonna take your arms overhead and bring your arms down by your sides. And just take a breath. Notice the shoulders. We're doing a lot of shoulder stuff today. On purpose. Just breathe. Okay, let's do the let's do half lotus tree pose. And we'll go to the it's from the E84 does this pose called beach pose that I practice a lot. I love practicing it. I like doing it in yin, like holding it for a long time. So just know that through this next series of postures, we can stay in the beach the whole time. Once we get there, okay? And I might do that on one of my sides. Anyway, bend your right knee up. So it starts in half lotus tree into toe stand, just like in the hot class in the 26 and 2. Hips forward, abdomen in. 1 or 2 hands center of the chest. Balance here, breathe here. Squeeze the hips forward, lift up out of the waist. You can stay here or start to go into your toe stand. Reach your hands out in front of you. You could go into just the forward fold part of the toe stand. The half lotus forward fold is great. A lot of good benefit. If you're doing the toe stand, you can go ahead into that. If you're doing the toe stand, you find balance, stay and breathe. And then everyone, put your knees both on the ground, side by side. Make sure there's like one line of the knees, okay? If your right foot, I think both of you have a pretty easy half lotus, so you're gonna be fine for this one. And I'll give you another option. I'll come and watch in a second. But this one, you just come forward on your hands, lean forward. So you're gonna it's basically placing the half lotus onto the ground, the hips on the ground, and then you pull yourself a little more forward and you try to even out your hips, but go slow. The foot has to stay pretty high in the half lotus if you're doing this one. And once you get down, you can rest. Like some people like to just completely sort of take it into like drop, right? I use a little more, I like to keep a little more action happening for my hips. So I squeeze the back of my glutes so I can push my right hip down and my left hip down. And you both know if you ever want it, you can always come off mute if anything comes up and you have a question about whatever. Okay, and then from here, you can pull the rib cage more forward. And I'm pointing my left foot too, so both of my hips I'm trying to even out. Okay, I think you're both okay. But the other, I'll show you if you need to see it. The other option for this one is coming into like the half frog. But only, if the other one isn't working, right? And if it's just a little uncomfortable, that's probably good. But if it's painful or your knee's not ready or your ankle's not tolerating a half lotus today, do the half frog. But otherwise stay and be at the beach. It's called beach pose. You can be like Sphinx at the beach, pull the elbows a little back, open up the chest. You get a little bit of a backward bend, but nothing crazy. Or you could exaggerate it and come into sort of more lifted. Okay, now from here, I'm going to come into a tabletop and half lotus and keep my knees in one line. I'll show you, I'll go this way so you can see. Okay, and then I'm going to cat cow and half lotus because that's a nice idea. Okay. Cat cow a couple of times. You can keep any of these ones that you're doing, even from just half lotus standing, or you can stay in any of them the whole time. Okay, if you want to go into kneeling tree, you walk your hands back and you come into, the tree pose, but kneeling. And you do the same thing with the hips. You try to even them out. Just like if you were standing and your hips started to cock to the side, you try to even them out by sending the tail more down, squeeze the hips forward. Okay, and I think my knees, okay, it's kind of good on this side today. I'm going to bring my hands to prayer. And then I'm going to work into the short person pose. It's horse pose and Ashtanga. But there's an in-between stage. So before I get my heel, I'm gonna put my left foot on the ground. Before I get the heel to the knee, I can put the heel a little out and then experience what it's like to come up like that. Squeeze the hips forward and maybe bring my hands to the center. You can keep one hand on the knee. But you gotta squeeze the hips forward. This is deep hip opening. Right? And then the final pose from here, the short person, the left heel comes all the way off the ground in front of the right knee. And then you come up. Okay. And some people, if you're able to do that safely, go ahead, keep squeezing hips forward. You can actually push the heel with your right knee. My knees say no to that variation, so I'm going to stay with the they call this pirate pose in the E84 class. Okay, and then you just come out opposite way, just like you're coming out of your toe stand. Just see if you can make your way back up. And when you get back up, don't put your right foot down, put your hands on your hips and just bend straight in the right leg a couple of times. Just hinge the joint. 1, 2, 3, and then hold the leg up for 3. Get it higher, 2, and 1, and then lower it down. Then you're gonna do that on the second side. Go ahead and bend your left knee up into tree, half lotus, Ardha Baddha Padmasana. And then check out this side. 1 or 2 hands center to the chest. Toe stand if you're going. Go ahead and fold forward. And this is also toe stand. You could, you can hold in toe stand. You could go right to the beach, depending on what you got. If my knee is feeling like, sometimes my left knee or my left hip has some things going on, I might just hang in the forward fold or go into toe stand. When you're satisfied with your toe stand, and I'm not trying to rush you, I just want to talk you through the steps so you can choose. And then if you're going into beach, make sure your 2 knees are on the ground evenly. And then walk yourself forward. Slowly lower down the front of the left inside ankle. So yesterday when I was practicing in the hot class, my left ankle was crazy, like stuff was so going on. And this posture feels really good on it today to put that little bit of pressure. So I'm going to squeeze my right leg, my right butt, and try to put my right hip down and give my left ankle even more pressure. The massage, and then I'm also squeezing my left glute muscle. So I'm trying to keep my 2 hip bones even on the floor. And you can pull the chest a little forward. You can stay here as long as you want. This whole next part is optional. So when you come up to the kneeling tree, taking a couple of, into the tabletop with half lotus, take a couple cat cows. Moving mostly the low part of the pelvis. So you're kind of staying involved and curious about the hips. all the different ways they can move, all the different ways we can move our leg, the connection into the hip, through the femur, okay, and then you can come into the kneeling tree. Even out the hips, shoulders, just like you're standing. Half lotus, 1 or 2 hands center to the chest. Stay here. Squeeze the butt forward. Moving into the pirate, the right foot down. I'm really letting my right thigh rotate out. And then maybe lifting the chest, squeeze the butt forward. Left hand center, right hand on the leg. We can bring both hands to the center. Should not hurt your knee, but you are adding in more pressure to the knee on the ground, each of these steps. So the next step, I'm definitely not going to bring my right heel in front of my left knee today. I'm going to stay right here, but if you have that in your practice, you can bring the right heel in front of the left knee for the horse slash, it's called short person in the gauche lineage. Okay, and these are all postures that help us develop lotus. Okay, you can come out when you're ready from as if you're coming out of your toe stand. And then go to a right leg, solid, bend your left knee out in front of you, straighten and bend the knee a couple of times just to open up the joint. And then hold it open, straight leg, lift it, and change, and that's that. So good. Okay, so from here, just sit down. And take your knees in towards you. You can roll a little side to side through your hips. I'm going to hug my knees in, just give a lift of the chest. Apanasana, the upward. Okay. And then let's take the soles of the feet together. Just let the knees open out, Baddha Konasana. I'm going to press the outer edges of my feet together and then open the soles of the feet. And I'm going to press on liver 3. You know, that one from the meridian class, right between the long bone of the first and second toe, and you come up a little bit, there'll be a little indent there between the 2 long bones, and there's a really good acupressure point there. I'm just going to throw that in because we are heading into liver gallbladder season. Well, and other reasons too, it's a really good acupressure point for the entire, all the sort of emotional smoothing out any kind of emotions. Okay, so holding Baddha Konasana, you can also forward your spine or round your spine. Press the outer edges of your feet together. Pinky toes. Okay, and they can come up if you round it forward. And then you can take a hold of the big toes. We're going to do a straddle pose, so you can lean a little bit back. And make sure if you're going to fall back that you have room. But we're not trying to roll back. We're just going to come into straddle. You can hold the toes. So now you get still some liver action on the big toe, but you can also hold the edges of the legs if the toes aren't there today. But lift your chest, lift the abdomen in, you're behind the sitting bones, letting the legs open, and let your chest lift one more. And then bring the legs in, and then hold release the feet and come into a boat, Navasana, just for another 3, 2, 1, go into the low boat. I'm gonna have to change directions. So when you go into the low boat, just hold for 3, 2, 1, and then come back up to high boat. I guess call it Navasana for 3. Keep breathing. Pull the abdomen. 2, 1. Go one more low. 3, 2, 1, and then you can lower all the way down. Relax your head, relax your arms by your sides. Shavasana for a breath or so, just be still. We'll go into wind removing. Bend your right knee, interlock your 10 fingers a couple inches below the knee, pull the knee to your shoulder. Get a good grip here. Breathe deep and get compression, excuse me, in the hip, in the low abdomen, shoulders down, flatten the spine to the floor. Change. All the way release, arms, leg, bend your left knee, get your grip, pull. Maximize the grip, the pull, shoulders down, chin in. Keep breathing and go to your maximum and stay there. Flatten your spine, the back of the neck, lengthen. Change, release, arms, leg down. Bend your both knees. Grab for your elbows on your a couple inches below your knees on your shins and pull in and down. Everything pressing down into the floor, the back of the shoulders, tailbone down, whole spine pressing to the floor. Pull. Release, arms, legs down. Excuse me. Okay, do a sit up, legs together, arms overhead, abdomen in, big breath in. Keep your arms with your head, sit up and dive. Do a double exhale, okay? Come onto your abdomen, your stomach for Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Do some spine strengthening. Bring your chin out, hands in position alongside of your chest, all 5 fingers together. Point your toes back, push your feet down. Inhale, lift your chest, ribs up, shoulders down and a little forward. Make the cobra hood. Squeeze your legs together, squeeze your butt muscles. Feel your low back really strong. Chest up, look up, change. Okay, come widen out the legs. Full cobra prep. Bring your chest up, push into your hands. Okay, so you can straighten your arms, shoulders down and back. So you can stay here. Keep the pelvis down, coil back, lift your chest, drop your head. Look for the wall behind you, stay. And you can stay here. You can put your toes on your head, but you're gonna bend your knees then. You might feel your hamstrings cramp a little bit. Bend your knees, put your toes on your head, keep looking for them. One day. Breathe, go back. And you can release, go slow, come down. Good, bring your legs in. Turn your palms down, face to the floor. Hands face down. Okay, we're gonna do a little a fun drill here. Bring your arms underneath your body. So the elbows are hidden, spread your fingers wide. So locust, we're gonna do a regular locust and then we're gonna do something else with the arms under the body. But let's do the regular locust, do the warm up, right leg straight, lift it. Halfway to the ceiling, no bend in the knee. Press your fingers down, shoulders down. Keep your throat down, change. Lower the right leg, get your left leg ready. Inhale, breathing, lift your left leg. Minimum halfway to the ceiling. Grab the floor with your fingers, shift the weight into your shoulders. Squeeze the leg up, change. Turn your mouth down, squeeze your legs in. Lock your legs. Take a breath, lift your legs. When you lift your legs, use your hands, your arms, shift the weight into your shoulders, forward, head down, legs up, change, lower down, okay? Release your arms for a moment. Turn your head to the right, left ear on your ground. And then turn your head the other way, rest. Release the neck and take a breath. Okay, this next thing, you can go back and repeat locust. I think you'll like this next thing. You're gonna bring your arms underneath your body, spread your fingers. We want to get the throat as flat on the mat as possible. So we want to open up the throat. This is a preparation for a pose called Likarasana, where you take when you lift your legs up over your head, like your hips are over your shoulders eventually. So this is like a prep for that. So you're going to tuck your toes under, keep the chest and the throat down, and then just walk your toes in so you can put more of the pressure into now your throat. Right, now you keep using your fingers, your triceps, and you just stay for a couple moments. Okay, and then you're gonna lower it back down, walk your toes back. And you'll do that again in a moment. Tuck your toes. Walk them in, walk them in, walk them in. See how high you can get your hips, but make sure you're trying to flatten the throat on the floor. So you have to still breathe. But you can probably put the throat down a little more, the chest down a little more. Now from here, you can lift one leg into the air and just hold it up for a moment. Press your chest down, your throat down, and lower the one leg. And then do your other leg up. Lift it. Eventually you're going to lift both legs. Just think about it. And then lower the left leg and relax. Okay, and then rest again. Take your arms out from underneath. Turn your head one direction. Release your neck, spine. And we'll move on. But we can spend a little more time doing that stuff. You can add that into your homework that you do on your own. Right ear down, look to the left. And let's finish spine strengthening, arms out to the sides. Open up your chest, squeeze your legs. Inhale, lift your chest, your arms, your legs, everything in the air except your hips. Go up, look up. Take another breath. On your next exhale, squeeze your back muscles, open your chest, go higher, look up, and change. Bow, bend your knees, reach back, grab for your feet, pull from the outside, all 5 fingers. Point your toes up, kick your feet into your hands, kick up to the ceiling, roll forward onto your abdomen. Shoulders and knees come up to the sky and look up. Squeeze the glutes, the hamstrings, point your toes. Go up, kick, and change. Bring your hands alongside of you and come up to a table. Go to a downward facing dog. Lengthen the spine, the neck. Lift your right leg up and back, so like a 3-legged. And then bend your right knee to your right elbow, come into plank and into pigeon. Right shin down. Okay, and arrange your hips, the right knee, put it at the angle that you need today, and then slowly come forward. When you come forward, you can rest your head down. Take a few breaths here, folded pigeon, preparation for full pigeon. Breathe into the entire right side of your body, outer leg, outer hip, knee, ankle, ribs, jaw, the right side. And come back up, lift your chest. Lean into the right hip and bring your left leg forward. Oh, I've had some obstacles there with electrical things. Okay, bring your left leg forward. You're like this, and then we'll go into a crunchasana variation. So lean a little behind the sitting bones. You can grab your left foot and start to lift your left leg. Lift your chest. If you're pretty deep in the pose, you can do the bind where you take your right hand under the foot and you can grab around your left wrist. Otherwise, hold the shin or the ankle. Lift energy up, chest up, heart up. And even a little eyes up, but you're not trying to take the head back. Your face is on your leg. Okay, and then from here, cradle the left shin, like the rock the baby. You can take the elbow outside of the knee, like that. Or you can hold, under the shin, like that. Either way, notice the little bit of movement in the hip, just a little shifting side to side. Okay, and then you're gonna take your left ankle into half lotus, just stay in half lotus for a breath. Sit out nice and tall. Okay, then you can come forward and step or hop back to plank. You can do a vinyasa. I'm going to go right to downward facing dog. You're welcome to take the chaturanga stuff. And then we'll do the left leg up, reach the toes up and back. Bend your left knee forward and into the left elbow, drop it down to the left about wrist. Then arrange your hips, arrange yourself for pigeon, forward fold version. Release your throat, release your neck, your jaw. Give yourself this time to drop the body, releasing, relaxing the layers of the outer left side. And you can slowly come back up, lift your chest, walk your hands in. Find that backward bend for a moment, the lift of the chest. If you want to, I didn't say it on the first time, but you're welcome to work on your full pigeon stuff. I'm going to move on into the Kranchasana, lean into your left hip, bring your right leg forward. If you do come tomorrow afternoon, we're going to go a little more into the binds and the shoulder things and the full pigeon. That's for afternoon. Okay, sit the hips a little back. You can grab your right foot and go into Kranchasana. Chest up, heart up. Pull the leg in towards you, just to the degree where you can maintain the low back is very long, so you're not hunching or rounding. And then from here, take the foot into the cradle, rock the baby. Left foot into right foot into the left elbow. A little bit of rocking, shifting, little movement for the hip. And then you can take it into half lotus. We'll just stay in half lotus for a moment, sitting nice and tall. Concentrate at the sixth chakra. Okay. Come into a kneeling position next. The fixed firm, sitting down, kneeling down, hips on the heels. We're going to flow the kneeling postures from the 26 and 2 class. And going back to that, hips in between the heels. If they go there, put your hands on your feet, lower back slowly. Elbows, top of the head, back of the head. Shoulders. Shoulders on the ground, arms overhead, low back away from the floor. Chin and look down the center of your body. Breathe. If the knees are feeling okay to come together, you can roll the inner thighs, inner legs more together, but you never have to force it. Just notice if that's available. Then stay. If you're in the bridge, lift the center of the chest up, pull your chin more in. Bring your hands back to your feet with the help of the elbows. Press yourself up make your way into half tortoise preparation, sitting, kneeling down, hips on the heels, arms up overhead, sideways, palms together, thumbs crossed, stretch up. Abdomen in, come forward with a flat spine, forehead to the floor. Pinky outside of the hands on the floor, stretch your shoulder blades forward through the fingertips, stretch your hips back and down to your heels. Take a nice deep breath here as you exhale, so you can get a little more length and draw the navel up to the spine. And then you can inhale, come up. Stretch up at the top, stand up on your knees and separate your knees. We're gonna go half moon back bend into the camel. So if you wanna go hands to the low back to begin, you can. You can bring your hands to the low back from the half moon, or you can bring your hands to your heels from the half moon, okay? So starting with the knees, hips distance. We did a lot of half moon in the beginning of class, so same idea, head back first. Arms up, squeeze palms flat, take arms back. Go to your half moon, and go to the deepest half moon you can do. Keep your hips over your knees, and just take a breath in it. And explore. And then you can open your arms and grab your heels or your low back. Push the hips forward, continually lift the chest up. Eyes back. Grab your heels if you're holding them. Thumbs out, fingers in. Push your hips forward, keep your eyes open. And you come out. You can go opposite way through the half moon or hands to the low back. Squeeze at the top. And then sit your hips down, lower your arms down, take a breath. And go into a rabbit pose. So top of the head will come to the floor, reach back, grab for your heels. Tuck your chin in, go slow. Pull the belly back, touch your forehead to your knees. Get a good grip. Pull on your heels as you exhale, lift your hips up. Automatically top of the head on the floor. This is a posture that I find is, really intense when you don't have the heat. So I don't go very deep when I'm not in the hot room in my rabbits, but you can still do the pose if that's your case. Just go slow. Slowly come back out. One vertebrae at a time, head comes up last. Okay, and then we'll sit down, bring the legs out in front. We'll do head to knee. Bring your right heel out, left heel in. Same round spine, now you're a little more warmed up, arms up. Chin in, round over the right leg. Touch the forehead to the knee, grab the foot from underneath. All 10 fingers, and then bend your elbows down, just like the scanning head to knee. Keep your shoulders, scapula, elbows to the floor. Pull the navel back as you exhale. Unwind, come up, and switch a left leg out. Right leg in. Heel as high to the inner groin as it'll go, knees about 90 degrees. It's really like the bones of the legs are at that angle. Stretch up, chin in and around. Forehead knee, make the stirrup under the foot, pull the toes back, get a good stretch in your calf. Elbows down and in, stomach in and back. Take a breath. Change. Stretching pose, legs out in front. You can do a sit-up. Lie down to prepare, squeeze your legs and hip. Sit up, exhale, exhale. Okay, and then grab your big toes with your 2 fingers and thumbs. Walk your hips back, left, right. Tilt forward the pelvis. So you keep the low back really long as you pull on your toes. Chest forward, look forward. Until you come down. When you come into your pose, once you found your sort of the maximum fold forward, then let your head relax. Keep the stretch, the entire back body, keep pulling the toes back, press the inner feet forward, the soles of the feet pressing away from your tailbone going back, navel going back, chest going forward, eyes a little forward. Then change, come up. Let's twist, bend your right knee in, step it across the left. Bend your left knee, put your two hips down, lift your left arm up. Take the elbow out, push the knee back and grab the knee on the ground, twist to the right. You can take the right hand behind you and grab your inner left thigh, palm face out. And lengthen the spine, twist to the right. Elbows press back. Take another breath. Eyes over to the right, twist, twist. Good, untwist the spine, switch right knee in front, left foot across. Right arm up. Push the knee away. Heel of the left foot in line with the knee, twist to the left and bind with your hand behind you, twist, twist. A couple of breaths to explore, your range of motion and you stay. Let the elbows help you. A breath, lengthen your spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, pull the abdomen more in and back. Okay, you can untwist and come into a kneeling position. Let me see here. Yes. Actually do this. Lie down on your back again. I want to do one more spinal rounding pose, but on our back today for, let's go to a plow. If you prefer to do a headstand today, you're welcome to do headstand, but let's do a shoulder stand, okay? So starting in plow though, bring your arms underneath you, lift your hips, roll back. You can take your shoulders underneath you even more. And then just bend your knees to your forehead. Stay in plow. Support your low back with your hands. Keep the shoulders down, the elbows down. Hands to low back. Then you can drop your knees down outside of your ears. Notice the pressure in the throat. Okay, breathe. Keep a little the navel towards the spine, deeply rounding. You can stay in any of these positions, plow or bent knee or ear pressure pose. Or you can come up into your shoulder stand if you like, hands supporting the low back. When you bring the legs up, you can go through bent knees or straight legs. Once the legs are up, squeeze them in. Powerful legs reach up to take pressure out of the shoulders. Squeeze the hips forward, like towards your face, but then send your feet away from your face. Going to give you more of the length up. Take balanced over the shoulders. Breathe. You're welcome to take variations, lotus, half lotus, or lotus or butterfly, or just stay in the shoulder stand with the legs up. You can come into embryo pose if you have your lotus. If you have your lotus, you'll unwind eventually, and then it will come back to plow. When you come back to plow, the feet on the ground, arms, palms face down, put your arms long, and then slowly roll down. Please take your time if you're wanting to explore longer holds in your shoulder stand work. Once you're on the ground, you'll go to fish pose. So you can put your feet on the ground, lift your chest up, bend your elbows, drop your head back. And from your fish pose with your head back, you could take your hands, arms into the air, legs into the air, a couple breaths. We're going to go into Shavasana from here. So enjoy fish pose, a couple more breaths. When you're ready to come out, push your elbows down, chin in, and then flatten everything to the ground. Body down. Relax. Everything. Once you take the ground and you get into the Shavasana shape, you know, it's a practice of complete surrender. Just dropping the body. You know, did a lot of skills with the body today in the postures. Finding, you know, stillness within all the contractions and the stretches. And that awareness that you create around the body, and you stay aware of it, but you just don't do anything with the body parts. So you drop completely. And then I'll let you, I'm gonna let the class end in this pose today. So you can discern, you can stay for 10 minutes if you like. I recommend at least a couple minutes. Relax your face, your eyes, your lungs, your thumbs, heart, your pinkies, fingers, toes, liver, spleen, all the organs relax. Backs of the legs relax. All the organs in the belly relax. And as you continue to release the bones into the ground, all of the body parts just going back to the earth, the elements, what we're all made of. To have a union in that way, that connection to the elements, to source. Stay connected to your true source of wisdom, the light in your heart, your conscious, awake, beautiful, loving, compassionate being, and enjoy Shavasana, your meditation. Have an amazing rest of your Saturday, or whatever day you're doing this video style. And may all beings everywhere receive the benefit of our practice. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om shanti shanti shanti. Peace. Peace.